Hello and welcome back to another episode of Scorched Earth. I am Winslow and today we will be watching this Carno grow up from a baby to an adult while I talk about some of the finer bits about breeding. You can have a 150 male and 150 female, wild tamed to 224, with some very different stats. When the stats are calculated, each level accounts for a specific stat point, with the wild tames at max level with an air quote perfect tame, plus 74 levels in most cases. You effectively get 74 additional level ups for wild stats. The problem with this is you cannot choose what stats to level up in this process, but the benefit of this is when you are mating them and creating your air quote base pair, you can get higher levels by merging the higher base stats. We'll look at this Carno female, which was a wild tame at 224, with base health and damage at 34 damage and 24 health. And we also have this Carno male, which was wild tame at 217, at a different base health and damage at 27 damage and 33 health. With breeding and merging the stats together, I got a higher base level for the breeding pair at 231, with 34 damage and 33 health. What this means is that even before leveling up and mutations, you have a stronger base creature. Sure, it may just be higher stats that you won't care about or really use, like food or oxygen. But sometimes people just want bigger numbers, and this is how you would do it. A higher level creature is much more intimidating, even if that just means it's better at holding its breath. A tame can level up a maximum of 73 times, so after you breed and raise a baby, they can level up that level plus 73. For X creatures in Genesis 1 and some exclusive creatures like drakes or wyverns or a creature on single player settings, they can level up an additional 88 times. After you go through mutation and get mutation lines depending on the number of stat slots the creature has, you will end up with a mutated tame that has additional levels. Tames have a total of 7 stats, with 6 of those being able to mutate: health, stamina, melee damage, food, oxygen, and weight. Movement speed is not a stat that can mutate. Some creatures only have 5 stats that can be boosted, and some special creatures like light pets have some entirely different stats. So we'll take for example a breeding pair of level 150 Carnos. They were 150 wild tames and both leveled to 224 in the taming process. Their stats are offset to the point of where when merging the stats the baby is born at 250. You can then work on mutation breeding lines. Each mutation gives plus 2 levels and 2 points in the mutated stat, with a maximum of 20 mutations. That would mean that you have cultivated, bred, and mutated a Carno, which would end up at a max level of 363. The ARC max level on official settings for a tame is currently 450, which is only attainable through mutations. To get more stats and better mutations, I would recommend starting with a lower level creature. I generally ignore mutation on food and oxygen. I like to prioritize health, damage, stamina, and lastly weight. As always, I want to thank everyone for joining me, and I genuinely appreciate your support. I want to give a special thank you to my friends Pretzel and 7 Heavy Steel for their suggestions and support of this channel. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or something that I could do better, or even something specific that you would like me to try, let me know in the comments, or in any of the social media links provided on the channel info. Thank you again, and we'll catch up next time. Bye-bye.